Welcome back. Decisive Campaigns, Barbarossa, Game 4, Turn 2. Tried to adjust a few things from learning from the last game. I turned the music down quite a bit and moved the mic. And so hopefully it will be closer and pick up and be a little bit louder. So let's begin by having these very nice fellows in the Finnish army try and continue to isolate Viborg. I think that's very important. Boom. And you, sir, cannot go anywhere. How about you? Yeah, you can. What do we got here? 128. How many in Viborg? You know, I think if we make a real honest run at it, get in. What do you think? Even if we lose a ton of guys, I think it's worth it. Because that city is important. Boom. Okay, so we're in Viborg. That's very good. I'm gonna go there. The thing with these headquarter units is they're best when they're next to the hex of the army unit, so let's make sure the Guerrillian High Command is covering everything. It is. So I had to change my plan here. This is just not going to work. I don't have the force to come stomping down here and try and isolate this unit. I don't. Well. Do I have enough and to protect? That's the question. I don't know. Roll the dice, go for it. You guys watch, what's that old movie with my friend? Shot. We don't have an overpower. William Dafoe, Flight of the Intruder. Keep rolling the dice. Okay, so that didn't work out very well. I don't want to attack with these guys because that would just push this guy back there. But the weakness that I saw that made me want to attack was this. It's a very weak border unit and a headquarters unit. And so if I can get these guys to displace somewhere and get out of the way so I can go after this unit and these guys, I have a chance. Hopefully zone of control will keep these guys away, but if it can't, we can come back and recover our position. So I'm not too concerned there. Alright, we have some amazing destruction to pile on here. How many's in there? 67. I mean, might as well use everyone, right? Just infantry though. So there's 10,000 gone right there. Hugo's division is not important, so we'll turn him off as well. So, this is what I expect, right? Is no dead, because we did surround them first. This is surrounded. This is going to make our casualty list fun, huh? Okay, now we're below 600. And again, I don't expect to take any casualties. Of course, the half-tracks. Ah, here we are. This is critical. Actually, to the point where I'm going to move my headquarters so I can touch more units. We will not send them into battle. Look what that does to the concentric bonus. If you haven't played before, they've got a power number, you've got one, and you want this number to be as close to this without going over. If you go over a little bit, it's okay, like by under 10%, but if it's, I don't know, way egregious, 800, that you would take more casualties because there's too many men trying to do stuff in that area. I'm seeing if I can, yeah. You know, I'm going to leave everybody on, though, because we're so close to that 250 there. Like, that 250. And we're at 400. We did a great job getting 33,000 plus of them for 600, 800 of us, but it still hurt. Here's a guy. Let's see if we can turn the Vikings off. And what happens if we do this? No, it's actually better for us to have more units in here. Out of 132. Okay, so we're 4 times as many. When you add it all up, I expect to skin my knuckles a little bit on these. Okay, and we've got all these guys, the 11th Army and the Romanians, to move this turn. So we have a lot to do. Now, the sort of accidentally on purpose brilliance of the first term was this pincher movement here. It's almost like a discovered check. Where I realized what I was doing. And that's fine. Okay, let's leave them. I would like you to take the place of that fine fellow. So this is the Pripyat, the swamp here, and you don't want to go in there, really. There's a supply trail that goes to Gomel, but you don't need it. The problem is there's a lot of enemy units in there, and they will remain supplied until you get over to here. Kyiv area. And you do need to take Kyiv, because eventually you're going to want to cross this river and start getting over here, because Rostov is one of our objectives, and we have to get at it from Odessa and over this way and up and over here down through this plain to Pavlograd and Stalino. So unfortunately we can't get away without moving into this area, but there's all these units, Soviet units in here that are a real pain in the ass, and they will disrupt everything along here. So somebody's got to go down there, but I'm usually not sure who. Sometimes I send the 9th, but often the 9th ends up doing this wall defense up in here somewhere as we get towards Moscow. So I don't know, I might change my mind and do something different. Up here, the strategy I want to follow is I don't think I can get around behind all these guys. There's too much going on. Maybe as a step 2 of this thing. But to get these guys, finish all these off and surround them this way. Yes, I can do that. I can do that. So I will proceed to go in that direction. Alright, we will... And I do want to get in there. So the first thing, we can't get across the river and fight. So we have to get over here, but I really would like to isolate this guy. I don't know. I'm going to start off with an attack across the river, because taking that city would be really great. I don't know if we can. Okay, so in my opinion, we were very fortunate, and we built this city on rock and roll. So we're out. And can I get you to move? Yes, I can. Okay, so I'll move you around to there, and we'll get our headquarters there to again maximize the number of units it's touching. Yeah, that's fine, because we're not going to destroy these guys this turn. The key is to get as far forward as we can. What we got here? Okay, just 2, so I need to leave 1 here. But how far can you go? I was kind of hoping they could go in there. Nope, so we're going to have to use a mobile unit. And that's okay. That's fine. Oh, kind of goofed up here. It happens. Okay, so we're gonna... Yeah, it's not that easy to... Alright, so we'll seal that off there. That unit to there, that'll give these guys. And then we'll drive this back there so that I'm covered for my headquarters. So now these guys are surrounded, these guys are surrounded, these guys are all surrounded. And we have one spare unit. And I really did want to do some scouting up in this direction, but you can, I think we've uncovered these. I'll have to check in the video to see if they were visible before, but I don't remember them being visible. It tells me a little bit more. So I've got one unit here. Maybe bring down here. It's not the world's worst idea because that 1/3 motorized was kind of, if they wanted to hit it while these guys hit it and do a breakout for the Soviets, that's the weak point. I think, well, I think I want to leave it alone. The compression here. I could compress them into up here, but then can you go? Well, all right. I think I've got enough units to do it. Without abandoning this hex, which is important for getting these guys. So there. Really would like to go after them. Okay. We'll try and switch them back in here. That is accomplished by doing that. Because we're not going after this city yet. Which name I'm not going to pronounce. I have tried before and failed. Okay. So something that I haven't tried to do before is keep 3rd Panzer up north here. Just swing around and keep coming down like this. I usually try and have them come down to Minsk here. So I'm thinking about that. I'm gonna have you guys create kind of a wall here. And what else we got here? Okay. So we're gonna complete that with these fellas who can't go anywhere else anyway. So we've got a weak unit here, and I want to get Grando. I'm also doing this though. So I'm gonna rely on 2nd Panzer to seal this up. And we definitely want a guy to go in here. Because motorized units cannot go into swamps. Infantry can. But motorized cannot. And have you move there. You there. Have we got any infantry left? We do. So I want infantry occupying all these surrounding spots as much as possible so that I can get out and no one can go up here and into there. So that's interesting. I'm inclined to leave them alone. But so that guy we just moved into there. I'm looking for more infantry. Somewhere useful for now. Okay. Ah, yes. This is best. 17. I mean, it's so weak. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let these guys do it. The infantry can attack it. Didn't even get hurt. And sealed off. Thank you very much. And a couple more motorized units are freed up here. So again, I don't want them going down 2nd Panzer this road and getting all snarled up in there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. After I complete the destruction of all this, I want 2nd Panzer to come up, 3rd Panzer to come over, and let's surround Minsk. But that leaves this whole area uncovered. And I think maybe I'll do it with 9th Army. I'm not sure I've ever tried that before. So that'll be something new. So everyone's sealed off here. This is the weakest point in here. There's 3 units here. Wow. Let's see. Okay. They ain't weak no more. Good. Good, good, good. Very happy with that. Let's get these guys up where we can get them and then think about what we want to do. I kind of want to hit these guys. They're just cavalry. See, there's that. 291 out of 200, too much. 219, we should be okay. And we are. See? And so I'm just compressing them in preparation for the final attack. How about you guys? 156, not too many. I get them all into one area. 503 out of 500. So he actually, Hugo's unit is actually doing something useful here. Oh, and so is that, unfortunately, very badly damaged unit. 156. Well, let's give it a shot. Look at that. That was great. Enables us to beef this up. I don't think we need these guys there. Okay, let's put them there. And we'll get that headquarters in there. Now these guys are really set up for destruction next turn. Now, I can't move these guys, but there are units I can move here. I get to start to try and eliminate. Unfortunately, there's no one that can attack that guy, but maybe if I move this guy here. Is there anyone else? No. Take a little bit of damage, but look at that. I've now sealed off Grondo. And there's an airbase there against anything. We can hit him again. No. Wishful thinking. Okay, so we have now set up quite a bit for destruction here. After this, I'm going to have to try and get 4th Panzer somehow in behind these guys. It's kind of a race to seize these cities, particularly this one. I like this for the airbase, this for the rail. We picked that rail line, so I need to go that way. 17th Army can continue to drive north towards Window and Riga. Boy, Tallinn seems so far away, but we will get there. Okay, I don't even want to deal with that yet. Let's look at our remaining Panzer units here. I want to get forward identify where those enemy units are. How are we doing on fuel? Pretty good. No, I'm out of. Well, you guys are out as well, aren't you? I got one more motorized unit. We can go down this road, but what did we find? That's a command unit, I think. Yeah, it is. I'm going to attack it. I can't. Okay. Even though we were all lit up. That's fine. We can pull him back next time, and I'll try and get these infantry type units down to cover this line. Maybe we'll leave. I'm going to try and get Ninth Army to come down and do that, actually, because I don't want anybody tied up. How are we doing on headquarters coverage? So we got one unit here that's out of coverage. Come back and cover that. We don't want them out of headquarters. And we got another one back here. Okay, I will leave 4th Army headquarters there for the moment. There's no point in moving that guy. And we'll just give these guys a chance to realize that they're surrounded and have their morale drop and take a little bit of a pickaxe to their defenses if we can. So what I'm doing that's different from previous games, I think, is I'm being freer with my mobile units. Instead of moving everybody forward as a line, I'm going to try and do what you're supposed to do with armored units. Punch a hole, get in behind, and cause a lot of problems. The thing about attacking the Soviet Union, though, is that there isn't just one front line. There's like, you know, Stalin's got blocker units that are intended to be destroyed, and a lot of people gave him criticism for this. But it allowed time for the units that were further back to set up and get ready and defend better. So make of that what you will. Okay, I think the key thing to do here is to first get the mountain unit into the mountains. Second, getting these guys down into this area. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Okay, and I'm trying to free up our Panzer units here. 1st Panzer to be able to leave. Not be occupying these frontline positions, but instead go more to the rear. Or sorry, into the front, I mean. I think we're fine there. And then here, what have we got? We've got 2 infantry divisions that I believe don't really need to be there. The mountains are fine. These are 2 light infantry divisions. I'm inclined to leave them there. And we'll take out Chemichel next turn. Okay, so we've got a lot of mobile units here. I think 6th Army is what I need to deal with next. So the obvious move is that to there. These guys go and beat up on this tank division. Start getting behind those other fellows so that they can't go anywhere. And as you saw, it did not hurt us one little bit. So if we can hit them again. No. Sometimes you can. But there ain't nothing there. These guys just didn't have any oomph left. Yeah, to go forward. We'll get them next turn. The tanks can't go anywhere. They could escape here or go here. But they'll die there. And they know it. They know what they did. Again, same sort of thing. I'm trying to get these 9th Army guys into position. Love to be near a road, but not really. Where they're freeing up mobile units so that the mobile units can leave. Okay, so we do have some infantry in 1st Panzer. Yeah, go down there. Okay, that looks like about it. I want to see if I can knock this out. There's not much. So much we only damaged 5 tanks, so that is great. Okay, so we'll seal this off because I don't need this hex, right? But cutting these guys off is cool. Okay, we've got a couple of infantry divisions that are just stuck here now in this hex. Okay, that's fine. We've got lots of infantry back here, or mobile. And my plan was to try and cut this off. Not to get Lvov. That's too big of a target right now. But to go after these guys. Move that there. We got one more. See how that goes. Light infantry. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'll beef that up instead. So we'll go for that next turn. The light infantry by itself here. Like I could move the. See, this is a potential squish point. But if the Lvov guys, well, that just is not as strong as they look. Interesting. This stuff's strong. Kinda move my command center to there. I'm pretty happy with that. Surrounded this. Done a pretty good job of disrupting this. Next turn we'll be able to get up there. I'll get 9th Army to come down so they can be blocker units down here. The thing is, like, we got to come around the Pripyat, but then somebody's actually got to go in there. It's usually 6th Army's job to poke around with bayonets and see what's happening in these swamps. No. Just looking for targets of opportunity. He's in there, 133. It's not nothing. And that's why I've got to leave that Panzer unit there. I don't know what else I'd do with it anyway. So, it's fine. And then we'll come around and try and... Like, this looks like a lot, but it's just 75, right? It's not that much. And then if I can get through here next turn and cut all these guys off, get the mountain division down there that's hanging out here. They're a good little blocker unit. Get some more light infantry down there maybe. I'll wait till after I've taken that out. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything on that part of the map before I go down here and start dealing with the the challenging business that is this. Cross. Is there a... No. There is nothing. Okay. And you guys... Yeah. Interesting. Is there an infantry division here? So, normally they're in there. That's curious. Mountain division. I normally retreat from this and then come back and take it later, but the fact that it's free right now is very interesting. It means I'm going to have to stretch the 11th Army out a little bit. First mountain. These rinky-dink units. There's no... Well, this is the bridge. Okay, so I do need to take this. That's great. Okay. I think that's enough. Command headquarters here. What I want to do is I could try and surround it. I'm not going to be able to. I don't have the mobility to do it. But I do have, and that didn't hurt, the ability to displace for this turn. Keep going at them too. Look at that. Get some guys across. Really? I am super disappointed. One guy there. Can you go? Yeah, that's valuable to me. Let's help out in that area. In that area. Okay, so now we've seized this bridge. They ain't going to take it back. We got 3 units there. We've got a little bit of backup for this armored division here, which frankly I often lose track of, and I've noticed it frequently gets stomped. It's one of the first divisions, and maybe the only divisions, to get annihilated by the enemy, because I'm not paying close enough attention. So I have told myself, in honor of their leader, that I will do better. Okay, and I realized I actually missed some things. I'm going to play some cards again. At least I remembered about it before the end of the turn. So we'll play the card on AGM. Will not let us do Panzer because the leader doesn't like us. And so it's either 16th Army or 18th Army. Let's give it to 16th Army. Army Group Center, same issue. Can't promote Panzer divisions because the leaders don't like us right now. So they don't trust us. I'm not gonna make it 9th Army, dude. That's it? Can't do the Panzer Division. 16th is up there. 4th Army should be... So 9th is all I've got. That stupid von Bach. Okay. Army Group South. I do like 11th Army, but I think 17th is the hammer, right? It's really the more important of the two. Okay, so we've got everybody doing their job with the artillery. They're assigned to particular units. Luftwaffe is busy. Bombing. Fairly happy with that. This is the weakest line of defense ever, but fighting across a river is pretty tough, and I think we'll be okay. If I can get through here, knock these guys out, cut these guys off, we've got a pretty good chance of running the 17th Army down here and hooking up with 3rd Romanians pretty quickly. Like in the next 8 turns. It's pretty quickly. That's what I'm thinking. I think I've moved everybody I want to move. Russian oil. So it's no good. We need to add a thing. I am always interested in... Oh boy, I don't have 8. Okay, well, I'm always interested in more oil. I need more... Thank God there's only one decision. I need more... more points, more political points. Well, I captured some cities this turn, I think. At least one. So, alright, let's push the button. Forgot to look for leader cards. Maybe those come back after the turn after the command focus is there. Because we clicked on things and looked at things and I didn't see anything. Trying very hard not to bump my mic in this position. But I hope that it's picking me up. I was a little quiet in the last episode, I thought, and the music was very loud. That's what happens when you don't play the game for 6 months or whatever. So general retreat, surprise. They're trying to get out of that pocket there. East of Chemichel, some shuffling in front of Army Group Center. No huge surprises. I don't think they attempted a counterattack at all. There was some shuffling, but so I've got to recover these. I haven't had a chance though. 3 division failed to deploy. 10 decisions. 10. How many political points have I got? Whoa. Sorry. You can go back and pause that in the half second I gave. My apologies. Game 4, turn 3 start. Always good to save, folks. Always good. Okay. First we'll look at the tactical situation here. So, they are attempting to mess with me here. However, they have retreated and given that leadership unit's gone, right? Up to the east somewhere. So they've given me the opportunity to come in here and knock this guy out somewhere, whether he goes there or there or there. Probably there, just to annoy me. There is some isolating going on here. Then I can make a decision about what I want to do. There are units here I could pull back and replace these guys with so that they can shuffle up there. I'm not concerned. Oh, this B line here, if you haven't played the game before, I cannot go beyond that. That's the border line with the Soviet Union, and we're not really at war with them yet, officially. So until that happens, we can't go through that zone there. There's also the B line here. The surrender line, if the Soviets manage to get here, I don't think they ever will. Maybe my very first game ever when I didn't know what I was doing. It was just football blocking with no tactics at all. That might be a time when they succeed, but never again. So we've got some great encirclements here. The large body of enemy units, which are still piecemeal little guys, have moved off here. So I need to finish the destruction of these units, and then quickly expand to get towards these river crossings and cities. I don't know what they're doing with Riga, but the units that I did see up here before are invisible now. Meaning what? Did they come down here? Did they go into Riga? We don't know. Another great encirclement here. Several others. We're going to rack up the casualty counts here in a good way. It's that 4th Army unit again. I could smack it and then drive off. We could be a drive-by. 4th Army headquarters. So here we have a bit of an issue. It's always tough with these, group lines here, these border lines. I really want to get 9th Army down here after I'm done dealing with these guys and take over, because you don't want this big anchor basically dragging along, keeping your panzer units held back, right? I want them up here, going around, discovering what's behind Minsk and surrounding and destroying. So this is probably the naggiest little problem that we've got right now for these guys here, in some form or another. We can move them around, we can beat them up. 6th Army can get around behind them eventually. A couple of swamp hexes isn't a bad thing. 3 or 4, it really is. You start losing supply and communication, things like that. So some more destruction. We'll take Przemysl. Still trying to get this whole area taken care of. You can see they've blown a bridge there. They don't seem to be resisting my taking over of that city, and they have backed off to try and protect this river crossing here, which I need to go get ASAP. And it's just kind of annoying with all these little straggler units sitting out there. Let me see. Yes, so we have command cards. Must remember to use that cards next turn. Alright, reports. Meteorological. Everything's pretty nice. It's not going to rain. That's good. Yeah, old school thinking. So we have officer cards, so hopefully I'll look at the report and remember tomorrow or whenever I look at this. So some kilometers of rail have been turned to German gauge. Look at that. Look at that. There's a little machine running along there. Huh. Partisan risk is 0 in Army Group North. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to get this new division for up north. That's good. Army Group Center. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Frederick. I gotta buy him a bottle of brandy or something like that, huh? Dang. Oh, that's just wonderful. A couple of panzer divisions have mechanical failures. Yeah, very, very similar. No trains currently in use. Okay, well, we'll look at that in another report. Okay. We will be getting other divisions. That's good as time goes on. Interesting. My security divisions. So, okay, so you have to leave them for 2 weeks. So the units that I rushed, perhaps, into anti-partisan. Boy. This game a ton of times and is still learning. So the 2 weeks is the best, I think. Okay. And a lot of new divisions. We got another division here. We did not get our Hungarian cavalry division yet. That's okay. Staff division reports. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. He's a different guy than normally has been my assistant. Usually it's Brockage's relation, something, his nephew, his cousin, something like that. Oh boy. And you see this. Those are the guys who shoot people in the back of the head, dump them into trenches. So, it's the dirty war. Intelligence summary doesn't tell us too much, but whatever, you know. I've tried googling these things and seeing if anything comes up, but I haven't seen anything. Daily log game. So we capture some cities. Existing decorations. Wow. Alright, my performance evaluation, I think you start off at 3 for most things. I've blown up a lot of enemy people, so it's been pretty good, and yeah, these others will creep up as time goes on. And of course, because we're getting along, you know, we've got a good relationship with the boss, then he's alright. If he doesn't like you, he's like, I just don't understand. You are destroying everybody, but I don't know. I don't think you can do any better. The loss assessment. Let's do that. So 6,000. So half our guys. So that's been pretty consistent, right? In the 2 turns. I think it's 4 days a turn. I lost 4% of our arm. It doesn't take much. Does not take much. Now we've done way better on attacking them, but they have pretty much an endless supply. The battle reports are fun. You can read these things. They describe what happened. Just going to whip through and see if they counterattacked anywhere, which I don't believe they did. No. And I'm not going to touch these staff reports, except the logistics. They're sort of interesting. If you're going to play this game, you should look. So start off with nothing at the headquarters. You get a certain amount that's produced. Can the trains take it out? Yes. The trains take it to the railhead, and then the trucks have to take it out to the individual, you know, divisions. And do you have enough? Yes, I have enough. Of 141 up there, I need 10 to do the job, so we're all right. And that gets us our fuel out here, same kind of thing. So right now we've got a lot of trucks, that's good, but they are going to break down. They require maintenance over time, and we're going to have to make decisions and spend our precious political points on that. So, rail capacity, this becomes an issue for sure. That's interesting. I wonder why they require nothing for Panzer Group fuel. But, you know, the deal is everything's going nice. The weather's good. Everything's fine. The partisans aren't blowing things up or capturing trains or putting trees across railways. We haven't lost any trucks yet. But you can see they already are requiring repair for trucks, and it's a pretty significant percentage, and it will only keep growing. And some are being used to shuffle stuff around. So, yeah, and you can look at these other reports. I generally don't look at them. It's too early for low morale. Who's got the highest fatigue? 4. And I'm not going to concern myself too much. Just interesting, though, there are a lot of other reports in there for you to look at, if that's what you want. We'll look at our statistics before we're done. So this is the indicator of the damage that I've done in the first, week of the war. knocked out 80,000 of them. Yeah. Oh, more. 180, sorry, thousand. Pretty much didn't, took, as we saw, about 6,000 casualties every period. So that's good. We have not received replacements yet. Feels still pretty good. Relationships. I call this the squid because it's like the tentacles coming out after it. They go up and down. And tell you too much, but the von Rundstedt situation is bad. We're getting a few political points. We'll get more after I complete the next turn, because I think there's at least one headquarters in there, and that's what he wants destroyed. The trains are doing great. The truck columns are doing great. The Luftwaffe is busy. It's started to get a little bit of partisan activity in the two areas. I didn't pick 2 weeks before turnover of the security divisions, and we know our evaluation. So I think we're doing really good. Of course I do. But I mean, the strategy is pretty clear. This concerns me a lot. There's always so much ground. We can usually grab Odessa, but then beyond that it becomes fairly difficult, and getting to Nikolaev by the time the winter sets in can be a real pain. It can be very tough. We've got, and getting across, look, it's all swamp down here. Getting these two cities, that happens very fast when it happens, but it can be tough to get down there, and at the same time you're trying to get across the river into this plains area here east of Kyiv, so that you can push in a couple directions. It's very tough. So I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here again. I have to say it because I have watched videos where I really loved the content and then was airheadedly going along, and then they said, oh yeah, you should like this video. Oh yeah, I should, and go and do that. So if you like this content, the thumbs up and commenting really help the channel, really help with visibility. I can actually see it on the charts. Last night with the first episode, for example, first hour or so, not much happened. Then somebody commented, Mr. Balthazar, whoop, it's up to 1,700 people get to see the thing, right? And of course, it's not relevant to most of them because it's so niche, but some of them click through, right? And then, it stays stable for a while longer, and then somebody else comments. And so it lets YouTube know, hey, this is stuff that at least the wargamers want to see, and they should give it a chance. So thanks for being here. Always appreciate comments. If you've got ideas, suggestions, let me know. Please share the series, and there's a link to the playlist in the description with somebody, if you know somebody who you think would like this kind of thing. It's a tiny channel, and this is really the only way to grow it. I'm not going to monetize it. It's been already, I think, a year or two. Even when I get to however many, I have no idea how many subscribers you need. It's not my reason for being here. So look forward to seeing you next time. I do go to Virginia for the weekend, so I'll try and record at least one more episode to feed out over the weekend, and I will see you soon.